Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Joan Collins is a legendary English actress, author, and cultural icon whose career has spanned more than 7 decades. Born on May 23, 1933, in London, England, she became one of Britain's most glamorous exports to Hollywood and one of television's most enduring symbols of sophistication and power. Early life and training. Joan Henrietta Collins was born into a creative family. Her father, Joseph Collins, was a theatrical agent, and her mother, Elsa Bessant, was a dance teacher. Joan studied acting at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, one of the most prestigious drama schools in the world. Even as a teenager, her striking beauty and commanding presence made her stand out, paving the way for her entry into the film industry. Early film career. Collins began her film career in the early 1950s, signing with the Rank organization and quickly earning roles in British films such as Lady Godiva Rides Again, 1951, and I Believe in You, 1952. Her breakout role came with The Woman's Angle, 1952, and Turn the Key Softly, 1953, where she showed emotional depth and screen charisma beyond her years. Hollywood soon took notice. By the mid-1950s, she had signed with 20th Century Fox, where she starred in adventure epics such as Land of the Pharaohs, 1955, directed by Howard Hawks, and The Girl in the Red Velvet Swing, 1955. Playing the real-life showgirl Evelyn Nesbit, Collins became known as one of Hollywood's most alluring leading ladies, embodying both glamour and intelligence. Television stardom and dynasty. Although she enjoyed a steady film career, Joan Collins achieved her greatest fame in the 1980s with her unforgettable role as Alexis Carrington Colby in the hit television series Dynasty, 1981 to 1989. Her portrayal of the cunning, stylish, and fierce ex-wife of oil tycoon Blake Carrington, played by John Forsythe, turned her into a global superstar. Alexis was more than just a character, she became a pop culture phenomenon. Collins' sharp wit, dramatic flair, and commanding screen presence helped make Dynasty one of the defining shows of the decade. She earned a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Television Drama and was nominated multiple times for both Golden Globes and Emmys. Beyond acting, author and style icon Joan Collins is also a prolific writer, with numerous novels and memoirs to her name, including Primetime, Love and Desire and Hate, and her autobiographies Past Imperfect and Second Act. Her writing reveals both her sharp humor and her shrewd understanding of the entertainment industry. Her elegance, poise, and timeless fashion sense have made her a style icon for generations. Often seen in designer gowns, dramatic makeup, and signature coiffed hair, Collins represents a brand of old-school glamour rarely seen today. Personal life and legacy. Joan Collins has been married 5 times, with her longest and most enduring marriage to producer Percy Gibson, whom she wed in 2002. Their relationship, despite a notable age difference, has been a source of admiration in the media for its warmth and mutual respect. In 1997, Collins was appointed an Officer of the Order of the British Empire, OBE, for her services to drama. And in 2015, she was made a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, by Queen Elizabeth II, one of the highest honors bestowed upon a British performer. Enduring influence even into her 90s, Joan Collins continues to appear on screen and at events with undiminished energy and charisma. Her career embodies resilience, adaptability, and self-reinvention. She has defied Hollywood's ageist stereotypes, remaining both relevant and revered. A pioneer for women in entertainment, Collins stands as a testament to confidence, wit, and timeless glamour. Whether as a fierce television diva, a novelist, or a dame of British theatre and film, she remains one of the last living emblems of the golden age of Hollywood. Personal philosophy and attitude toward fame. Joan Collins has long embodied an attitude of self-assurance, independence, and unapologetic glamour. Throughout her life, she has spoken openly about the importance of self-respect, discipline, and resilience, qualities that allowed her to navigate the often ruthless world of show business. She has frequently emphasized that success in Hollywood requires more than beauty or talent, it demands tenacity and intelligence. Collins once remarked that the problem with beauty is that it's like being born rich and getting poorer, revealing her awareness of how fleeting appearances can be in the entertainment world. Instead of trying to conform to trends, she cultivated a unique image that combined wit, elegance, and power, setting her apart from her contemporaries. Her philosophy extends to aging as well. Rather than retreating from public life, she has embraced her later years with pride, refusing to let society's expectations define her. She often says she dislikes the word aging, preferring to focus on living vibrantly and stylishly at any age. Relationships and personal life. Joan Collins' romantic life has long fascinated the public. Her marriages reflect both the turbulence and glamour of her life in the spotlight. Maxwell Reid, 1952–1956, her first marriage was to Northern Irish actor Maxwell Reid. Collins has since spoken candidly about the difficulties of that relationship, which she left after enduring abuse. Anthony Newley, 1963–1971, her second husband was the British singer-songwriter and actor Anthony Newley. The pair had 2 children, Tara and Sasha. Their marriage was marked by both creative collaboration and emotional strain, as Newley's infidelity eventually led to their divorce. Ron Cass, 1972–1983. Collins' third husband was American businessman Ron Cass, with whom she had her third child, Katiana. Despite a loving relationship, Cass faced personal struggles, including financial and legal troubles. Peter Holm, 1985–1987, her fourth marriage, to Swedish pop singer Peter Holm, was brief and publicly contentious, ending in a widely publicized divorce. Percy Gibson, 2002–present, Collins' fifth and current husband, film producer Percy Gibson, is 32 years her junior. Their marriage has proven deeply affectionate and stable, and Collins often describes Gibson as her true soulmate. Their union defied media skepticism and remains a symbol of lasting companionship and mutual respect. Beyond her marriages, Joan has maintained close friendships with figures such as Elizabeth Taylor and Roger Moore, and she was part of the glamorous Hollywood social scene that defined the 1960s through the 1980s. Humanitarian and public work. In addition to her acting and writing, Collins has been involved in philanthropy and advocacy. She has supported numerous charities, including causes related to children's welfare, cancer research, and women's rights. Her experiences as a survivor of difficult early relationships have informed her support for organizations working against domestic violence and for gender equality. Later career and continued relevance. Even after Dynasty, Joan Collins continued to work prolifically in television, theater, and film. She appeared in series such as The Royals, 2015–2018, American Horror Story, Apocalypse, 2018, and guest starred in Benidorm and Happily Divorced. She also took to the stage in plays like Legends, 2006, and The Graduate, proving her enduring appeal as a live performer. Her memoir The World According to Joan, 2011, and her lifestyle guide The Art of Living Well showcase her wit and wisdom, blending personal anecdotes with advice on confidence, fashion, and success. Legacy and cultural impact. Joan Collins' cultural impact extends far beyond her filmography. She has become a symbol of female empowerment, glamour, and endurance. Alexis Carrington, her most famous role, is now considered one of television's greatest characters, a prototype for strong, unapologetically ambitious women on screen. In many ways, Joan Collins helped redefine the image of older women in entertainment. She proved that a woman could be glamorous, intelligent, and commanding at any age, refusing to fade into obscurity or play meek supporting roles. Her influence can be seen in later generations of actresses who have embraced power and glamour simultaneously, from Catherine Zeta-Jones to Elizabeth Hurley and beyond. Fashion designers, too, have cited her as a muse for her distinctive 1980s aesthetic, bold shoulders, sparkling jewels, and effortless poise. A living legend now in her 90s, Dame Joan Collins continues to appear at red carpet events, give interviews, and speak with the same sharp wit and sophistication that made her a star. Her ability to blend humor, strength, and grace has made her one of the last true old Hollywood icons still active today. She remains a beacon of timeless elegance, independence, and survival, an actress who turned her life into a masterclass on resilience and reinvention. The Dynasty, years, power, fashion, and reinvention. When Joan Collins joined Dynasty in 1981, the show was struggling to compete with Dallas for television supremacy. Her introduction as Alexis Carrington Colby, the ex-wife of oil tycoon Blake Carrington, instantly transformed the series and American television. Collins' arrival was a masterstroke of casting. She injected the show with glamour, wit, and danger. Alexis was not just a villain, she was an archetype, a powerful woman who wielded money, sexuality, and intelligence as weapons in a world dominated by men. Dressed in furs, jewels, and tailored power suits, Alexis redefined female representation on primetime TV. She was bold, manipulative, yet deeply human. And Collins' performance elevated the show to cultural phenomenon status. Audiences loved her feuds with Linda Evans' character, Crystal Carrington, especially the now legendary catfights that became staples of 1980s television. Beneath the spectacle, however, Collins brought nuance to Alexis, portraying her as both ruthless and vulnerable, a woman driven by ambition but still scarred by love and betrayal. Her work on Dynasty earned her a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in 1983 and multiple Emmy nominations. The role made her an international superstar, revived her career, and turned her into a global style icon. Fashion designers such as Nolan Miller, who created her wardrobe for Dynasty, helped cement her image as the ultimate symbol of 1980s opulence. Shoulder pads, sequined gowns, and dramatic hats became synonymous with the Alexis look, influencing fashion runways and power dressing trends for a generation of women. Even after the show ended in 1989, Collins' association with Alexis never faded. She fully embraced the character's legacy, often saying, "Alexis is the woman every man wants and every woman wants to be." Reinvention after Dynasty, Collins refused to fade from the spotlight. Instead, she reinvented herself again and again, as a novelist, columnist, stage actress, and pop culture commentator. She became a fixture on talk shows and magazine covers, maintaining her reputation for sharp humor and candid opinions. She took on a range of projects, from television films like Sins, 1986, and Monte Carlo, 1986, to guest appearances on shows including The Nanny, Hotel Babylon, and Will and Grace. In film, she appeared in The Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas, 2000, Snatchers, 2019, and the British comedy The Time of Their Lives, 2017, where she displayed her enduring comic timing and star charisma. Her 2018 guest role on American Horror Story Apocalypse introduced her to a new generation of fans, proving her continued relevance in contemporary pop culture. Writing career and memoirs in addition to acting. Joan Collins has built a respected career as a best-selling author. Her novels, including Prime Time, Love and Desire and Hate, and Star Quality, are glamorous tales set in the world of fame, power, and betrayal, often reflecting her insider's knowledge of the entertainment industry. Her memoirs, such as Past Imperfect, Second Act, and The World According to Joan, offer unfiltered insights into her life, loves, and lessons learned. She writes with wit and elegance, balancing candor with class, never descending into bitterness. Even when recounting personal hardships or betrayals. She has also written lifestyle books that celebrate confidence, glamour, and aging gracefully. Becoming a kind of mentor for women seeking to live boldly and beautifully at any age. Honors and recognition. Joan Collins' contributions to drama, style, and philanthropy have earned her numerous honors. In addition to her Golden Globe Award, she was made a Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire, DBE, in 2015 by Queen Elizabeth II. She received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the National Television Awards, a Hollywood Walk of Fame star, and accolades from organizations celebrating women's empowerment and contributions to culture. Her presence at royal events, fashion weeks, and global galas underscores her lasting status as a symbol of British elegance and cinematic heritage. Personality and public image. Collins' personality has long been a source of fascination. She's known for her sharp tongue, impeccable manners, and dry British wit. Despite her public persona as a diva, those close to her describe her as disciplined, warm, and fiercely loyal. She adheres to old-school values of professionalism, always punctual, always prepared, and always glamorous. She has often said that she would never leave the house without makeup, not out of vanity, but as a matter of pride and presentation. Her interviews remain some of the most entertaining in show business. She's never afraid to speak her mind about fame, beauty standards, or Hollywood hypocrisy. Yet beneath her biting humor lies a deep wisdom and self-awareness forged through decades in a tough industry. Legacy. Few performers have sustained relevance, glamour, and respect for as long as Joan Collins. Her name evokes a bygone era of true stars, people who were larger than life, yet human enough to connect with audiences across generations. She bridged the gap between classic Hollywood and modern celebrity culture, showing that charisma and style can be as powerful as any special effect. Her portrayal of Alexis Carrington remains one of television's most iconic roles, inspiring countless successors. From Melrose Place's Amanda Woodward, Heather Locklear, to Empire's Cookie Leone, Taraji P. Henson. As a cultural figure, Collins represents the triumph of confidence, longevity, and artistry. She has weathered scandal, heartbreak, and changing times with dignity, humor, and unshakable grace. Even today, Dame Joan Collins continues to embody a truth she once expressed succinctly. Age is just a number. It's how you feel, how you look, and how you live that matters. Chronological overview of Joan Collins' career. Joan Collins' career is remarkable not only for its longevity but also for its versatility. She has worked across film, television, and stage, constantly adapting to changing eras while retaining her signature charisma. The 1950s, the rise of a star. After training at RADA, Collins was signed by the Rank organization, which promoted her as one of the rank starlets, Britain's answer to Hollywood's contract stars. Her early roles showcased her natural charm and screen presence, often playing young women who were confident, spirited, and modern for their time. Notable early works included Turn the Key Softly, 1953, a drama about three women released from prison. Showcasing Collins' emotional depth, Our Girl Friday, 1953, a light-hearted comedy that displayed her comic timing. The Good Die Young, 1954, a crime drama with Lawrence Harvey and Gloria Graham. Marking one of her first major roles. Her Hollywood breakthrough came when Howard Hawks cast her in Land of the Pharaohs, 1955, opposite Jack Hawkins, a lavish epic in which she played the seductive and treacherous Queen Nelifer. The performance established her international reputation as an exotic beauty capable of commanding the screen. She followed this with The Girl in the Red Velvet Swing, 1955. A biographical film about the scandalous Evelyn Nesbit. The movie earned her critical recognition and confirmed her as one of the decade's most alluring stars. By the late 1950s, she had worked alongside legends like Richard Burton, Paul Newman, and Bette Davis, appearing in The Virgin Queen, 1955, and Rally Round the Flag, Boys. 1958. The 1960s. Versatility and international fame. Throughout the 1960s, Collins expanded her range, moving between Hollywood, British, and European productions. She appeared in dramas, comedies, thrillers, and even westerns, proving herself as more than just a glamorous face. Key films from this period include Esther and the King, 1960, a biblical epic where she played the title role with regal poise. The Road to Hong Kong, 1962, a comedy with Bing Crosby and Bob Hope. Marking her entry into high-profile American entertainment. The Bravados, 1958, and Sea Wife, 1957, reinforcing her reputation for intensity and screen magnetism. Warning Shot, 1967, and Subterfuge, 1968, spy thrillers that aligned her with the fashionable intrigue of the era. Her ability to thrive in multiple genres, from historical dramas to modern thrillers, made her one of the few actresses of her generation to maintain an international career without being typecast. The 1970s, reinvention and grit. The 1970s saw Joan Collins reinvent herself yet again. Hollywood had shifted away from the grand studio system that made her famous, and she found new opportunities in British cinema and television, often in bold, provocative roles. She starred in cult classics and horror anthologies that became fan favorites. Tales from the Crypt, 1972. As a glamorous woman who meets a dark fate, she demonstrated her flair for both horror and irony. Fear in the Night, 1972, and Dark Places, 1973, psychological thrillers that cemented her status as a new kind of scream queen. The Stud, 1978, and The Bitch, 1979, based on novels by her sister Jackie Collins, these films reignited her stardom. Collins played powerful, sexually liberated women navigating wealth, desire, and betrayal, themes that would later define Dynasty. These films also helped transform her public image from classic Hollywood actress to modern symbol of independence and sensuality. The 1980s. The Dynasty era and global fame. The 1980s were Joan Collins' decade of dominance. When she joined Dynasty in 1981, the series became one of the most watched shows in the world. During her tenure, Collins also released best-selling novels and starred in television movies like Paper Dolls, 1982, Sins, 1986, a glamorous miniseries based on a story by Collins herself, where she played a woman rising from tragedy to triumph. Monte Carlo, 1986, another glossy, international television drama that capitalized on her star power. Her performance as Alexis Carrington Colby became a cultural event, influencing fashion, media, and even politics. The power dressing trend of the 1980s mirrored Alexis's wardrobe and attitude. Collins became a global ambassador for sophistication and strength, appearing on magazine covers, chat shows, and advertisements worldwide. The 1990s, author, icon, and stage star after Dynasty ended. Collins continued working across mediums. She starred in the Broadway play Private Lives alongside her former co-star Michael Nader, receiving strong reviews for her stage presence and comedic timing. She also began publishing novels and memoirs, many of which became bestsellers. Her books showcased her sharp wit and insider perspective on fame, fashion, and relationships. During this period, she appeared in TV shows such as Roseanne, The Nanny, and Pacific Palisades, demonstrating her comedic touch and enduring popularity. The 2000s and 2010s. Respected veteran and pop culture royalty in the new millennium, Joan Collins evolved into a grande dame of show business, equally at home in theater, television, and high society. She appeared in Will and Grace, 2000, The Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas, 2000, Hotel Babylon, 2006 to 2008, asterisk as a glamorous, mysterious guest star. The Time of Their Lives, 2017, asterisk a road comedy about two older women reclaiming adventure and passion, proving her vitality.
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.